What is up, everybody? My name is Brad, Rival GTR on Instagram, and I've owned this R34 GTR for just over 5 years, but I've had it in the United States for only just over a year. I bought it in 2020 at the very beginning of the pandemic through Top Rank, and it just sat there for a whole 4 years until it was legal. It was a very long 4 years. Thankfully, I've got 4 other Skylines that I was driving. One of them is a Midnight Purple 2 R34. If you watch a lot of Hoonigan videos and whatnot, you will have seen me on that. I raced a Tesla in my Midnight Purple 2 R34. But I wanted to make this video just like kind of not necessarily like a year review, but kind of a year review. I've put about 10,000 kilometers on it in the last year, so I've got quite a bit of miles on it. It has basically been my daily. I do drive my R33 and my R35 quite a bit, but this is the car that I go jump in. One of the most common questions I get, honestly, is can I daily drive an R34? And you know, having 5 Skylines, 2 of which being R34s, I think I've got a pretty good handle on that question. So I wanted to make a video just kind of discussing that. This is actually a really good example of an R34 to daily drive. It's got stock ECU and stock turbos. It's got some really good suspension on it, and the air conditioner works like it's going right now. It's like 90 degrees outside. I haven't softened the spring since the last time I took it to the track, so I'm bouncing all over the place. First of all, I thought I would start with the negatives. Before anybody's like, negatives, I'm not complaining. Like, none of these are complaints. These are just observations, and comes along with having an R34. So I think the biggest issue is the cost of entry. Before I started filming this video, I got online and looked to see like how much R34 GTRs are going for right now. And it looks like you can get kind of like a base model that isn't in great condition for about 120. And the sky's the limit. You know, there's one for sale right now for $700,000. So, you know, as much as you would want to spend, they've probably got one available for you. Anytime you have to go to a drive-through, I'm a big dude, so I can kind of reach across and grab my food and give them my card. But if it's, you know, like in and out, this car's kind of rough to go to in and out in. Sorry, people on the west or the East Coast. And you kind of just can't do banks. So you got to go in for that, or you got to go in reverse, which is, I just don't do that. I just don't do the reverse thing. I don't see any real need for it. The next thing is just wear and tear on parts in this car. The R34 is extremely cool, but when things break, it's not like you can just go to O'Reilly or to Nissan and go get the new parts. You've actually got to like go through some specialty place or somebody that has been buying parts and kind of hoarding them. But the problem with that is there's pretty serious markup on all that. So if you daily drive this car, there's going to be a lot of wear and tear. The other thing is these seats are awesome. I love the R34 seats, but they wear out really bad, like here and here on the bowstring, just like where you get in and out. So if you're getting in and out of these all the time, these seats are going to wear out pretty bad, and these seats are really expensive. I'll hop online and see how much like a used pair is going for, and it'll be somewhere on the screen right now. So just basic wear and tear kind of makes it kind of difficult. The next thing is negative attention. There is such thing as negative attention. I've had cars get in accidents while like looking at my car. I was on the freeway and somebody rear-ended somebody just because they were just staring at my car. Luckily they weren't going that fast, but that's happened to me more than once. And one of the times I was in my R35. Another thing is like people will say the craziest things to you. I've had cars come up and just say like the most ridiculous things when I've got my windows down and I've got my kids in my car. That's a bummer to just like have somebody pull up and say something really foul. Like, you know, they're meaning well, but they don't think that, hey, maybe there's people in the car that shouldn't be hearing the ridiculous things that I've said. Also, the amount of attention you get in an R34, it's a lot. The joke I always make is like, you can go to a gas station, fill your car up, and there will be nobody at the gas station. Then you go in, you grab a Monster, a purple or an orange Monster. That's my choice there. And you come out, and there's like 5 people standing around your car that, you know, want to have a conversation about it. I'm not complaining. Like, I love talking to people about the car, but you know, a lot of people have never seen this car before, and it is a lot of people's favorite cars of all time. So, you know, there's just a lot of attention that comes along with it. This one has a really stiff clutch. Like, I know I said it's really stock. The clutch in it though is really stiff. So like, if I'm in traffic and I gotta like get on and off the clutch a lot, my whole leg is just on fire by the time I get to wherever I'm going. Just people just talking crap. You know, like every car show or every event that I end up going to, I will just be sitting there and somebody's got to come up and just like right to my face be like, you know, I always just think this car is overrated. You know, this car isn't as cool as everybody says it is. Like, I don't even like these cars. Just things that you wouldn't say to people. Like, I don't walk up to somebody that's got a car I don't like and just that's the first thing I say to them. You know, but that's just water off a duck's back because I don't care. I don't care what you think. Like, I'm driving an R34 Skyline. It's a win for me. And the last thing is people want to race like all the time. Just, yeah. People want to race all the time. So I'll just be like driving down the freeway and some dude in a Mustang wants to race. You're at a stoplight, the car next to you just takes off and just burns the rubber out. The other day I was stuck in traffic and a Tesla just kept like, every time we'd get like 100 feet in front of us, he'd be like trying to race. And I'm like, dude, there are cars everywhere. Plus, that's a Tesla. This is a stock Skyline. Like, this is 300 horsepower on a good day. So, you know, those are really the majority of the negatives. You know, none of those are deal breakers for me. You know, people think shifting with your left hand is going to be a big deal. It's not. The hardest things about driving right-hand drive is the blinker is on the wrong side and the rear view mirror being on the left side. Just at first, it's a bit funky, but it doesn't take long until you kind of get good at that. Hey, thanks for watching. If you're enjoying this video, please do me a favor and hit the subscribe button just down below. I would love to get our channel to over 10,000 subscribers. All I pretty much do is Skyline content. We've got some bus stuff, we've got some Fox body stuff, some drift stuff, but the majority of what I do is Skyline stuff. So please subscribe. Now I'd like to go over the positives. Dude, it's an effing Skyline R34. You know, like, it's just such a cool car that even people that don't necessarily love JDM cars love this car. You know, like, you go to a car show, a guy comes up who's got like a 68 Chevelle and he's like, R34s are like my favorite car. And I'm like, dude, a 68 Chevelle is pretty hard. So, you know, everybody's got love for it except for the ones that just go out of their way to tell you they don't. This car is a serious confidence booster. You know, you show up anywhere and you're the coolest dude in the room. You're just driving down the street, making people's days. I love like watching oncoming traffic and you just see like every 5th car's like, you know, just losing their mind seeing the car. It's so cool. You know, people pull up next to you and are just like, I can't believe I'm seeing one in real life. Is that real? You know, so that's just like a lot of fun to have that kind of stuff happen. Dude, they make the best noises. You know, this one has the stock blow-off valve, but I'll insert a video of my R33. They make the best sounds. Even this one that has an extremely quiet exhaust and a stock blow-off valve, it still makes really, really, really good noises. Obviously, it's better if you've got loud exhaust and like an HKS super sequential. This, because it's stock, it gets pretty good gas mileage. Like, I drive around a long ways before I have to put gas in this. This car is like a cheat code. If I don't plan on going to an event, I won't RSVP, but if I do show up to that event, I just pull up to the front and magically there's a spot available for me. So I don't think that's a me exclusive because I'm a 43-year-old dork. So it's not like they want me to be there, they want this to be there. So An R34 is really cool because it'll get you into places that you wouldn't think. I have been on a drift track chasing drift cars in this car so many times just because I'm like, hey, drift event promoter, you mind if I get on track? And they're like, no, go for it. You got a helmet? Put a helmet on and chase my brother and his friends around. This is a very, very capable track car. I track this car pretty frequently. I tracked it 2 weeks ago and I'm tracking it this weekend. You can show up to the track. You know, I've got the stock radiator, the stock brakes, pretty much stock power, and I'm out on the track racing against cars that are faster than mine. And I'm sure right here I've inserted a video of me chasing and passing a Porsche GT3. Granted, if the person would have been a bit better of a driver, I wouldn't have been able to pass them because that car is just so good. But what my point is, like, this car does not act like a 30-year-old car. It punches up a weight class. It's so freaking cool. It's somewhat of a pretty good family car. You know, like, as you can see back there, I've got a booster seat. It's dirty from my kids' toys. And this weekend, I took my kids down to an event down at the racetrack here in Utah. It's called Burt Brothers Motor Speedway. I took my kids. We were in the car for a total of like 4 hours that day. I mean, look, it's actually got kind of a back seat, especially if you're just a kid. You can fit back there. Pretty much tons of room in the trunk. It's a pretty good car. And the last thing I want to say about that is it's honestly a pretty big car. I'm 6'4" with a big torso, and you can see there's a bit of room above my head. The R33 is a bit roomier. It is a bit more comfortable. The seats are a bit more comfortable. The back seat is a little bit bigger, but you know, this is the R34. So yeah, but I guess like the conclusion that I got, sorry, I've been looking at my notes the whole time. My conclusion is, in my opinion, the R34 could totally be a great daily, but you probably shouldn't have it be your daily. If I were you, I would buy one, but I would definitely have a car that I would drive first, you know, like anything else. just something just in case. Get yourself a Prius. I love my Prius. I will always own a Prius because they're just great to have. If you're dead set on having a GTR, a Skyline GTR as a daily, I would just get an R33. I love my R33. Arguably, I like it more than this car. I've just had a crush on this car for longer, so it's hard to say that. But you know, the R33 is becoming more and more recognizable as like the coolest car. Pretty much every event that I go to, somebody comes up to me, or when I take the R33, and they go, the R33 is my favorite of the three. I've never seen why people hate them, or I thought I didn't like the R33, and then I started seeing them around, and I can't believe how cool of a car it is. And I believe that's absolutely true. I think that they are so cool looking. They just drive so well. They have a bit more analog feel than the R34. The R34 is just a little bit more refined. The R32 is a lot less refined. I think the R33 is a good middle ground there. But at the end of the day, if you want to get an R34 Skyline GTR and daily drive it, you're gonna love it. You're absolutely gonna love it. It's a great car. It's okay in the snow because it's all-wheel drive. You get way more dudes than girls with it. Just gonna be real with you. So if you're a girl and you want to get guys, get yourself an R34. You'll be trying to keep them away left and right. My honest opinion, get yourself an R33 or a GTST and an R34, you know, like GTR. Just, this probably shouldn't be your daily. If I missed anything, please just ask a question down below. I'm in the comments. We're not that big of a channel, so I pretty much reply to everything. So if you've got questions about Skylines, hit me up. I suggest, you know, ordering through Top Rank. They're amazing. Do not, under any circumstances, do anything with Driver Motorsports. They're terrible. Go through my videos and you can see. UP Garage up in Washington is a great shop to have work on your stuff. Mara Sport, these Instagrams will be here and they'll also be in the description. is really good. D-Rec is really good. JDM Legends in Salt Lake is really good. On the East Coast, you've got Midwest Skyline. Well, he's in the Midwest, apparently. We've got Midwest Skylines. We've got Dylan at Countersteer, really, really good shop. Jack at HP Logic. And I think one of the most underrated shops is honestly Tommy F. Yaz Garage Zero. I rode in Tommy's R33 at GTR Fest, and it was mind-blowing. He does a really, really good job at like OEM Plus. Like I said, if you have any questions, throw it in the comments. I would love to answer them. Once again, I wasn't whining. Don't put in the comments, this dude's whining. I'm not. Those are just the negatives, things you have to watch out for. But hey, if you made it this far in the video, please hit that subscribe button. Please like the video. I could do this with a whole bunch of other cars, but thank you very much, and I will see you in the next one.